Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching Lost. This is the 10th episode of the 4th season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in a link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in, and enjoy. Speaking about links in the description, we are on our most likely to dislike characters of season 4. Please do take 30 seconds and your results will be shown in the final episode of the season. I cannot wait to see who you guys choose. I cannot believe we're also actually opening the vote. It feels like we just finished season 3 and now we're just bashing season 4 straight away, because this 14 episode season is absolutely flying by. Our last episode was really interesting. We did see the one prior, Russo and Carl get shot. I was wondering what's actually happening. Well, Alex was taken and she was used to try and bait Ben out of the cabin, the where he's been hiding. Now he's ended up turning around, getting on the walkie-talkie himself and saying, look mate, you know, I don't love her, she's not even my daughter, she was somebody that we took when she was a kid, I have no feelings for her, I don't really care, you're not going to use her to get me out of this house, I am not coming. Now we know that he's actually lied about that. I mean, he's not lying that he took her, but we know that he actually does care for her and he really does love her, but he was trying to play their bluff pretty much, and it literally didn't go the way he wanted it to go, because they just shot her in cold blood and just killed her right in front of him. And then he's just like, they've changed the rules. He literally said that out loud. He's gone inside, got into that secret room that he's got, locked the door, opened another secret passage, and then all chaos erupted, mate. He literally ran back out and said, look mate, when these people start fighting, we need to run for the tree lines, the opposite direction. You don't want to be anywhere near them. Next minute, you hear the rattling, you see the room shaking, you see obviously the chaos starting, and the black monster has come in. Yes, the mist, it's gone right after all of the people that have obviously come to infiltrate the island and extract and take Ben. Started attacking all of them, looks like it's killing them all. They've all ran away, you know, Sawyer, Ben, Locke, you know, Claire, they've gone into the woods in the opposite direction. Ben's ended up running back to obviously his daughter. He's saying kind of like he's sorry and he loves her and stuff like that, and he's reunited with everybody in the woods. Turns out that, you know, Sawyer's had enough of this. He doesn't want any part to play in it. He wants to go back to the beach. He wants to be with his people, and he's going back there with Claire. Now, Hurley, he's needed with Locke and Ben, because they need to go and find the cabin. They need to go speak to Jacob, and they need to know what is next. What's the next plan? Now, interestingly, in I believe it was a future story, in you know, Saeed was off the island. He actually married Nadia, but then she was killed. Ben turned up, he ended up telling him who killed him, and you know, this is how basically Saeed starts working for him in the flash forwards. He started actually, you know, getting lists and names that Ben keeps giving to him, and he's going around and he's obviously chalking them off. He's enacting obviously revenge for his wife that he's lost. Interesting stuff there. We also see Ben at the end of the episode stand there at the end of Whitmore's bed after breaking into his apartment and basically telling him face to face that, look mate, you come after my daughter, I'm going to come after yours. And then he turned around and said, well, you go after my daughter, I'm going after your island. We're both pretty much in a hunt to find what we need to find. And then the episode ended, so it's really interesting. It really, really was. If you do enjoy today's episode, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Jack. Jack. Can you hear me?
What happened?
I want the truth.
I don't know. That's the truth. But there's no signal now.
Signal? What? There was a signal when you called them last night.
Everybody just needs to calm down, okay?
Jack, these people are lying to us.
I know they're lying.
Jack, are you all right?
No, I'm fine.
To be patient.
Jack.
What's actually happening to him? Has someone hit him with something? Has someone planted a bug in him? So we're in a flash forward or flash back, you reckon?
Son of a bitch. Morning.
Morning, yourself.
Kate? What the hell? Reckon he's dreaming? Yeah, I don't really know what's going on there, because if he's not dreaming, then this is obviously after the island. And if this is after the island, then this is prior to Kate somehow getting Aaron. And you would have thought Aaron would have come off the island with her. So, you know what I mean? I don't really know what the crack is with that one, actually. They have got us with these flash forward things. I think they've all been pretty interesting, in being totally honest. I think the best one was quite possibly the first one that we got. Did we get in last season when Jack had the beard and he was going to kill himself? Or was that the start of this season? I think it was last season. And then he met Kate at the airport or whatever. I think that was the best one that we had, but I think they've all been decent.
I wonder if I've been changed in the night. Let me think. Was I the same when I got up this morning? But if I'm not the same, the next question is, who in the world
I've literally just said about Aaron, and now they're here together. They come off the island with each other.
You're a natural.
Oh, man used to read me that story.
It's just sweet hearing you say nice things about your dad. I'm so glad you changed your mind.
Is this after then?
Me too.
So this is after the courthouse, it looks like.
Keep him in the shade. I'll get him some water.
I'm fine. I'm good. I'm good. Just need to get a little rest.
Jack.
I'm fine.
Something has actually happened to him. Yesterday he had stomach cramps or something, didn't he? I think somebody's put something in his drink, maybe like what happened to Michael.
We hope that we can make it to the beach by noon tomorrow.
You can hear everything.
What? Who's Danielle and Carl?
This is interesting.
Oh my God.
They're not my buddies, man. I didn't sign up for this.
Can we just get out of here, please? Can we just go?
Yeah, of course.
He didn't really explain how he actually knew that he was there and the names are there. Do you know what as well I think is really interesting? As well, first of all, at least he had a bit of decency to bury them. You know what I mean? They did kill them, which is ruthless, but they buried them, which is fair play. But also, you know, I was thinking, do you remember last episode when Ben said to Whitmore that you killed my daughter? And technically he was like, I didn't kill her. And I was thinking, you know, if you send somebody on a task to do something and then they do something themselves there. So if I said to you, will you go to the shop and buy me, I don't know, some milk? And on that way, you run someone over, for example. Like, they went there to get Ben, but on the way, they shot Carl. Would that be my fault? Is that Whitmore's fault that they done that action? Do you know what I mean? Like, it is interesting because you could send somebody in there, but then is it their fault?
I hate being sick. I've got some cramping, dehydrated, nausea.
You want to lift your shirt up? If it's food poisoning, you got nothing to worry about. It's your appendix, Jack. When did the pain start?
Yesterday.
Guess we're just gonna have to take it out.
Can she do that procedure? Do you reckon he could do it on himself?
Clamps, sutures. Juliet, I don't know what these look like.
I can help you.
No.
We can't trust them.
See, Dan, I told you. They're convinced we're trying to kill him. Might as well keep playing the part.
Very bad attitude. It's exactly why they don't trust us. We're scientists. We don't want anyone to get hurt. We just want to help.
Either of them tries to run, shoot him in the leg.
If everything that we need is at the medical station, then why don't we just bring Jack there?
Because if we move him, there's a good chance that his appendix will rupture. And if that happens, he's gonna die.
Is it? I didn't ever know that you could die from your appendix, like, being like that. I know you could get it taken out, but I didn't know it was that severe.
Don't even think about it. What? You got a restraining order. Honey, I am sure Jack is gonna be okay.
Why did he get sick? The day before we're all supposed to be rescued, the person that we count on the most suddenly comes down with a life-threatening condition, and you're chalking it up to bad luck?
When people get sick, Rose.
Here, they get better.
When was the last time you did this?
In my residency, I did a lot of them back then.
Then you know the incision needs to be 2 inches lower than where you're shaving. I don't want to be unconscious. We can use the lidocaine to numb the area.
How are you gonna watch?
We can use a mirror, and Kate can hold it.
Don't worry, Miss Berenberg. You're in good hands.
Jack, take a look at this x-ray. It's in the L4.
There's a call for you. It's Dr. Stillman from Santa Rosa Hospital.
I'm assuming this is Hurley.
Why aren't you taking your meds?
Because we're dead. What'd you do today?
Kate and I fed the baby.
I thought you didn't want anything to do with her.
I changed my mind after the trial. Just because I'm happy doesn't mean that this isn't real, Hurley.
I was happy too, Jack. And I saw Charlie. He likes to sit with me on the bench out on the front lawn. He wanted me to give you a message. He made me write it down, so if I were to mess it up, you're not supposed to raise him, Jack.
Take your meds, Hurley.
Charlie said someone's gonna be visiting you too.
Decent. If someone does visit him though, then he'd be like, what the hell's going on? So again, it gets you thinking, you know, at the start I was saying, look, you know, we seen Jack a couple of episodes ago saying that he wasn't really going to be with Kate because she had Aaron, and I was thinking how, you know, I guess that was a different time, but it wasn't, you know what I mean? He's actually said that, changed his mind, got with her, and now they're taking care of him. But if you think about what he's just saying there, he is in that facility, he's talking about heaven and stuff like that, but we seen him earlier on in the season go to see Son, and he was totally fine, and he wasn't in this place. Is that after or before this? That's what I would like to know as well. You know what I mean? Like, how's he gone from being there, chilling, seems really happy, to being in this location? Or how's he gone from this location to being in that position? Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like we're on episode 10. There's only literally 4 more to go. And I won't say it's loads to wrap up, but we still need to know this big Oceanic 6 thing. Like, what is it? And who's the 6th person? I feel like we've only got 5 revealed so far.
Why don't you let me go first? You know, make sure everything's safe.
저 여자는 제 남자가 좋아하는 걸 알까?
그럼 여잔데 당연히 알지. 어서 가요. 줄리엣이 날 데리고 온 곳이에요. 여기서 우리 아기를 봤어요.
당신하고 우리 아기는 이 섬에서 꼭 벗어나게 할 거야.
Whoa! You want a hand with the baby?
No thanks.
Get behind me, Glenn.
This Sawyer me. I actually really do like this Sawyer's characters progress so much.
Miles, you two know each other? You gotta hide, man. If he sees you, he'll kill all of you. And he's close, man. You gotta hide now. Go! Hide!
Hey, man, you look bad. What the hell happened?
You do your job, I'll do mine.
Kimi, we gotta get back. Because I'll tell you right now, I am not flying Faraday's bearings at night. I'm not gonna do it. So if you want to get back, we gotta leave right now, sir.
You lead the way.
You're telling me that damage is only that bit, that one man that's hurt? They've still got the full crew there. That monster didn't even do anything to him. On his feet.
I don't need a stretcher. I can walk 50 feet.
They're gonna be back with the instruments soon. We need to be ready to go as soon as they get back.
If something happens to me...
Shut up, Jack.
Kate.
Damn it.
It's late.
What's going on? What's wrong?
Do you really think that I'm good at this?
Yeah.
Will you marry me?
That's well out of the blue. Kate's acting's been pretty good, to be fair. You see all the emotion. Look how she looks actually really ecstatic. I feel like she's had one of the best seasons for herself, personally, this one.
Did you find everything?
Yes, ma'am. The entire list.
나 한국말 할 줄 알지? 아까 우리가 너 얘기할 때 너 웃는 거 내가 봤어.
He dominated it.
앞으로 그 친구 손가락 쏘기는 아마 힘들고.
나한테만 하는 게 뭐죠?
헬리콥터가 돌아오면 내 아내를 데리고 이 섬을 떠나기만 하면 돼.
당신과 당신 친구는요?
넌 선만 헬리콥터에 태우면 돼.
Mate, that's pretty good. That she sounds well mad speaking Korean. It's mad seeing like a foreign person speaking it.
Okay, now this is gonna numb the area of the first incision.
Here we go. Okay, Jack, one more.
Just
Medical
stay
procedures
still.
are mad out there.
Better?
Kate, I can't see it.
Knock him out, Bernard.
No, hey.
Kate, you need to leave.
No.
Bernard!
Kate.
Kate, you need to go. Bernard!
No.
Kate, get out of here! Damn it, Bernard, knock him out!
I'm sorry, Jack, but I agree.
Does that actually work? Because I've heard before that that's just a BS thing that they've implemented into movies that people, you know, just follow along because it's, you know, it's been used that much. Like, they're putting it on the rag, putting it over the mouth. Does that actually knock you out? Also, my question is, you know, like when she cut him with that sharp knife, what is that actually called? The scalp? Is that what it is? Would you be able to feel that? Because, like, if I digged you in with a big, massive, fat knife and started cutting you, it would kill. But, like, you know, when you get a paper cut, it's like, ah. But, like, it does slip right down your hand, doesn't it? Like, dead quick, and you get a big gash. And it's like that. I wonder if it's just like someone pinching you real tight. Like, fucking hell, that hurt a bit. But, like, when you actually look, you've got, like, a big slice in you. Do you know what I mean? Because it's that razor sharp, it doesn't have to dig in and, like, kind of chop you. Mate, there's nothing worse than that. He was in a position he could get to it many times in the house. There's one high up that you can't reach. His dad's there.
Jack?
The smoke detector was beeping. I just...
Okay, thank you for keeping us safe.
Can you write a script for clonazepam? Snowed under with all my caseload, and Kate and I got engaged. Not sleeping very well at night.
Good night.
Right.
You know what, actually? The end of season 3 was the very end of this season, I'm assuming, actually, thinking about it. Because he gets addicted, doesn't he, and grows a beard.
Jack's never home before 8 anyway. I could stay for at least an hour.
I gotta go. Jack's home.
Thought you'd be in bed. Who's that?
That was Noreen. She's one of the mums from the park.
Never heard you mention her before.
Well, now you have.
The thing is, right, I wouldn't class it as jealousy, me. Like, it's not, there's different types. That's general, like, interest. He's nailing that bottle. Where's the baby? Oh, that's a dad. Yeah, shit, I forgot. That was interesting, that twist though, innit? Jack could never find out.
She said you could go back inside if you wanted to.
He didn't lose that much blood. I have to talk him into resting. Good luck with that. And Jack kissed me. It was nice. But it wasn't for me. It was for him. I'm pretty sure he was trying to prove something. That he doesn't love someone else.
Yeah, it was a pretty good read.
I know you're awake.
She's interesting. She's always interested in me, Juliet. Sometimes I like her, sometimes I don't.
Where's Veronica?
I sent her home. Why was she here? The nanny. She only works till 4. I came home at 6. Where were you today?
I'm gonna ask you to trust me.
It's not a good enough answer, is it? Come on now, let's be honest.
Just let it go.
No, I want to know.
I was doing something for him. For Sawyer. I made him a promise.
What?
It doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with us.
No, he made his choice. He chose to stay. I'm the one who came back.
You have problems. You need to figure them out. All right, because I can't have you like this around my son.
You're not even related to him.
It's a little bit ruthless what he just said there, though, was. The interesting thing is that I'm thinking is, you know, you can't fully commit to thinking that's your kid. And the reason is unless you know for a fact that Claire's dead, which we don't yet, there's a potential that Claire could come back at some time, and that kid is not your kid. Do you know what I mean? It's Claire's. Now, you can be its standing mum, or you should really technically say Auntie Kate, Uncle Jack. You know what I mean? That way, it's clear positions and roles. You know what I mean? You know it, like, it's like I was saying when she was saying about a lie. No, I've heard you say that story that many times, Jack. I'm starting to think that you believe it. It's more like if you start continuing to think I'm the mum, I'm the mum, I'm the mum, I'm the mum, and then Claire comes back, what's going to happen then? Do you know what I mean? Like, it'd be interesting. But also, she tried to deflect that on Jack and kind of blame it as Jack. So, can't you have you like this? But if I'm being totally honest, Jack, I'm kind of on Jack's side in that situation, but his approach wasn't the best. But he was trying to say, I do agree with. You know what I mean? She was cryptic, strange, talking last night on the phone, you know, about him, Jack's not going to be here and all this. Come home, Nanny's there, you're not. You know what I mean? Like, I get where he's come from. And he's had this happen to him before.
Morning.
It's way too early for Chinese. Where's Claire? Ladies' room.
She just walked off into the jungle in the middle of the night. Just got up and left.
Well, who was she with?
She called him Dad.
Claire!
She must have been well under it, Claire, mustn't she, if she's put the baby there? Do you know what I mean? She must have been proper believing or sleepwalking. That was an interesting way to end the episode, really, with Claire obviously going after her dad, which is obviously Jack's dad, which is interesting because in the flash forward, Jack was also seeing his dad as well. Do you know what I mean? So it was both siblings of seeing the father figure in different perspectives. She's seen him on the island, he's seen him in the flash forward. Now, again, is it me or I saw his character just got so much better? Like, I'm not saying that I never liked him in the first season, but like, I just feel like what we've done with him and how much he cares and how much he's integrated now. Like, at first he was the mean guy. That's what he was. He was the mean guy. He was kind of hostile himself, a lone wolf, you know what I mean? He didn't really want to take part, and it was all about Sawyer. And now it's all about everybody. He's just become a more better all-rounded person, and we're no longer pinning him off between, you know what I mean, like between everybody. He's part of the camp now. He's fully integrated, you know what I mean? I absolutely love it, me, to be honest. Like I say, one of my last two most liked characters. Again, I feel like he's having a really good season. Like, you can't watch this and think, oh, Sawyer, you've done something that I dislike, you know what I mean? Sticking up for Hurley last episode, showing how much he cares for Claire this episode. It's really good, you know what I mean? He even put his life on the line to go and get Claire when the RPG come and blew the house up. That's such a good season, I personally believe anyway. This episode was interesting, showing that Miles can actually, well, I knew that he could kind of speak to dead bodies or hear them because, well, first of all, we've seen that clip when he went to that person's house and he got the drugs and the money out of the, like, the wall or something. Then we see Michael getting on the ship, and he said that he knew his name on Calvin. We've also seen him walk past here and speak to Russo and speak to Carl. Don't really know, like, how that really happened. And then, obviously, you know, here, he said that he's physically seen, you know, their dad sat there with her, which she went off into the jungle. And like I said, Claire's obviously must be hardcore believing it's real or sleepwalking, because she's left the baby. She's just laying next to a tree. So who knows where she's gone? It's interesting. And obviously, I can't wait to find out about that one. I thought Jack was interesting as well, because, you know, yeah, he did kiss Juliet, and I thought that relationship's been, you know, pretty decent, to be honest. I've not really minded them together, but she's kind of acknowledging that she believes that he actually loves Kate, and that the kiss that he done to her was kind of to convince himself that, you know, he's not in love with somebody else. He's trying to show himself that he likes other people, but really it was just masking the fact that, you know, it's Kate that he actually wants. And she knew that he was awake, when she was telling Kate that as well. So that was an interesting conversation. But it seems like Juliet's not left the island, and neither's Sawyer, when we was just talking about that backstory there. So again, somebody's come and somebody's died. I think we know the 5 was, who is it? Kate, Jack, Hurley, Son. Is it one more? Saeed. That's a 5 that we know that's off. Unless I'm missing the 6, I don't know. But someone died as well, and nobody turned up to a funeral that Jack went to. Need to find that one out. That's more information that we still need revealing in the last 3 episodes. Okay, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. As I mentioned in the intro, the most likely to dislike characters of the season is now open. Yes, please do take 30 seconds and have your say, and your results from mine will be shown in the final episode of the season, which is going to be in 4 more time. So very interesting episode today. We've actually seen that, you know, the monster didn't really kill any of them people. Didn't even look like it done damage to any but one. Like, literally, only one of them is kind of being dragged back. I actually think the pilot is decent. You know, he seems to be okay. I've said it a few times. He was the one that was speaking to Michael when he first got onto the ship. He was saying about, you know, basically they believe that the survivors could be alive, you know what I mean? And that he's excited to come on this mission. When he actually come and dropped on the island as well, he shot the flare. He cared about Charlotte. He done the trade. He took them to the boat, didn't they? You know, he's been quite decent on there. He's give a few information here and there when people have asked for it. He's come here, do you know what I mean? He's told them to hide. He doesn't really want to be part of it. It's kind of like what Miles said. Like, this is not something that we signed up for. I feel like Charlotte and Daniel are in that kind of position as well. That they signed up for this expedition. Like, you know, he's interested in the island and the crash and everything that was going on and the scientists. And their intention was never really to be hardcore involved like this, where, you know, there's people dying and being shot and lying and not rescuing people. Like, I feel like this is it's just past what they actually believe was going on. And like Miles said, Joe, this is not what I signed up for. I'm not here for killing people. Now, again, we've not really seen anything from Daniel when he read his diary or whatever, when it was saying Desmond is his constant. That's interesting, and we're going to get a bit more of that and how it's, you know, how they're using it and what's going on with it. That'd be good to see. Also, we need to see more of Michael. Actually, you know, he was revealed to the captain that he actually is a survivor of the oceanic flight, and now obviously he's here. Nothing after that. You know, we're not really seeing anything after that. How's the captain reacted? Are they going to kick him off the boat? You know, send him back to the island when the next, you know, helicopter comes? I do like the interesting bit of information that was revealed today, that Charlotte actually can understand Korean, and that, you know, the conversations between Sun and Jin, like she's been earwigging, and when something was mentioned, she was smiling, and Jin clocked it, and he basically said, look, mate, you know, I'm going to go and kill Daniel. No, he didn't say, I'm going to go beat him up. I'll break his fingers one by one. I'll beat him up, and, you know, I want you to basically just send Sun back. Once that helicopter comes, just get her on there, take her off this island. You don't have to take anybody else, don't have to take me. Just make sure my wife's okay. And Charlotte was kind of like, all right, I'll do it. So again, that's exciting, and that kind of gives me hope that he's actually alive, because yes, we actually have seen her sat down talking to a gravestone, but I said that I thought that was going to be a little bit of play, because you've got to stick to the story of the 6 that survived, and they're making it out that he's dead, and that's kind of like his little resting place, sort of like location that they can go and talk to him. So we also kind of had that revealed that Sawyer was on the island as well. He made his choice. He didn't want to leave when he could have, like in the Jack conversation with Kate a minute ago. So again, I'm assuming that he's still there as well. Another interesting thing is, like I said, you know, Jack's having a moan and all that about Kate being cryptic and what's happening, who she's visiting and all that, and she was saying, don't really make me tell and all. But I would have made a tell. Like, I don't really know. Like, I don't think it's jealousy. Like, jealousy is different. So say my girlfriend goes out and she goes to town shopping with a guy, you know, one of her mates and he's a boy, or she goes to the pub and has a pint and she's with one of her boy mates. Like, if I was concerned there, I would class that as jealousy. Now, overhearing her speaking in a conversation on the phone and saying, you know, yeah, it's okay, cool, you know, like, Jack's not going to be here, don't come home till 8 o'clock. And then I say, like, who's that? And she's like, oh, it's Sarah. And I'm like, Sarah? I didn't know you had a friend called Sarah. Oh, yeah, now you do. Come home the next day. I'm expecting you to be home. Nanny's still here. You know, you've disappeared for 2 hours. Oh, where have you gone? I thought you was going to be home. Oh, I was running errands. What was you doing? Oh, just trust me, I was okay. Like, that's not jealousy. That's more... I've got the right to know, like, why are you being cryptic? Why are you not telling me stuff? Why are you lying? You know what I mean? Why are you being dishonest? And there's a difference. And I actually agree with Jack on that kind of situation, but he was a bit ruthless what he was saying about the kid and the approach that he'd done as well, because he had a few drinks and he's been in that situation before, so you kind of got to give him, I don't know, a little bit of leeway as well. He's got an extra, you know what I mean? Like, where one person would be a bit like, it's dodgy. Like, if you've done it before and suffered that, you kind of got to be a high alert, aren't you? So... and you got to wrap it all up and kind of put it together. But I also feel like now looking at it, when he had a beard last season, when he met Kate at the airport, that was the aftermath of kind of all the stuff that's going down kind of now, if that makes sense. It's interesting. All right, checking out today's episode. If you did enjoy it, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you do. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.